One of my favorite lessons started with total chaos. My student showed up to class in a witch hat, waving a broom, and said, "Teacher, today we make a spooky story." So we did. And it turned into one of the funniest, most language-rich classes I've ever taught. And it required zero materials and completely teaching on the fly. That's the magic of Halloween. It gets students talking, laughing, and learning all at once. Have you ever surprised your students like that? Shown up in a costume or um, taken over the lesson in the best way and taken it in a completely different direction? Tell me in the comments what your most memorable Halloween moment has been in class. Halloween is one of those perfect teaching moments. Students arrive excited, and you can use that energy to build vocabulary, storytelling, and confidence. Even for students in China who typically don't celebrate Halloween, they are super curious about the holiday itself, the fact that we get candy, the costumes, and they've often been exposed to it either at home or in some way previously. It's not about scaring students, it's about letting imagination lead the language learning. Even my shyest students start describing ghosts and monsters, and suddenly adjectives like spooky, slimy, and silly come to life. Let's talk about four simple ideas that work for every level. No crazy props, no marathon prep needed. So, one of the first ones is a great warm-up activity. It's what's in the pumpkin. And hide pictures in a pumpkin. So just grab your pumpkin and throw some images in it, or even words, and have the students guess. I think there's a bat. I think there's a ghost. It's quick, interactive, and great for practicing full sentences like, "It's a ghost. It can fly." You'll find similar warm-ups in some of the Halloween lessons from Florentis Learning, including These Bones and Counting Halloween. These are seasonal lessons that can build rhythm and vocabulary with and expose them to the culture that some countries celebrate and other countries don't. If you'd love to use an activity like this without creating it from scratch, grab the Halloween lessons in the seasonal pack from Florentis. They're interactive and they're ready to teach on Zoom, on Koala Go, on Voov, whatever your classroom of choice is. And these are part of our complete classroom curriculum. So you can get them for just under $10 a month for everything. So activity two is silly story chains or Mad Libs. And sometimes what I do is I'll take the list of vocabulary words from the unit and we use that to build a story together. Now, for Halloween, I like to add a simple twist, like it takes place at a haunted house, or the character is a ghost, or a witch, or I might say it was Halloween night and then let the students continue. So, the best part about this is you don't need new materials. You're just giving your existing lesson a spooky little remix. And this works for students of all levels. If you try this, your students will probably laugh halfway through their sentences, and that's the goal. I like to do this pretty routinely, not necessarily with a Halloween theme because I use it year round, but my students love it and they ask for this activity in the classroom, particularly when we're working on vocabulary review. If you try it, let me know in the comments, or if you've ever done something like this. I'd love to hear your favorite student line. Activity three is really to describe a costume. So this is really good if you're teaching creative writing lessons, if you're working on adjectives, if you're working on colors, if you're working on clothing. So you can give three clues. I'm wearing a black hat. I have orange shoes and a broom. What is it? Then switch it up, right? Have other students give three clues and others guess. If your students aren't particularly familiar with Halloween, you can simply have a image of five or six or eight different costumes on the screen, and the students are then describing the one that they want to use. For Older students and advanced learners, you can move beyond costumes and candy, and you can try discussion topics like the origins of Halloween, Halloween traditions from around the world, Dracula, ghost hunting, or the psychology of fear. These are all lessons that are available as part of Florentis's advanced speaking lessons, and we've just surpassed 75 lessons in that advanced speaking course. So if you are looking for conversation lessons for B1, B2, C1 students, check them out. They are great for students who love conversations. And if you're looking for Halloween lessons, then these certainly are fun for that touch of mystery. My next activity is a writing activity. And so many of you know that I also have some students that I teach writing to, and I really enjoy teaching writing. And one of the activities that I do around Halloween, the obvious is, oh, okay, let's write a spooky story, and you give them the setting and you give them a character. But you can do other things as well. One of the things I've done with my lowest level students who are really beginning to learn things like numbers. They're learning where do you live. They are learning basic adjectives. Is to actually work with a template and have them write a Halloween invitation for a party. So essentially, we plan a Halloween party. We tell people to bring costumes. This lets them practice their phone number. It lets them practice their address for where the party is. It lets them practice dates and times, some of those things that we sometimes forget about. It's like what and days of the week. So it's really easy to do. Canva has lots of really great Halloween party templates. So you can literally just open one and fill it out with your student as you are teaching. And then take a screenshot of the image. Make sure you block out their date, their actual address and their phone number if they've given you a real one, and then send it to the parents, and the students will sometimes share it. Make sure you shove your QR code on the corner. You can also then take a similar template if you're looking for new students and modify that Halloween template to be a free Halloween treat or trick, in that they could have a free trial lesson, and then the students can give it to their friends, and maybe you'll pick up some new students. Halloween stories are lots of fun, pretty easy to do. You can do it from a picture, or you can just give them a story starter or specific prompts. Halloween lessons can be magical, but they're even better when they stay structured. So I always choose one clear goal, whether it's sequencing words or storytelling or adjectives, colors, numbers. Even one of our seasonal lessons focuses on feelings and reviewing things like grumpy. So that helps your lesson stay fun and focused, but it also helps the parents say, oh, yes, this is still really relevant learning. It doesn't completely derail your teaching. Halloween lessons remind me how creative kids can be when we give them permission to play with language. And that's what I love most about teaching. Those moments when the laughter and learning overlap perfectly. If you'd like to bring some magic into your next lesson, you'll find ready to teach Halloween lessons, creative story prompts, and even advanced speaking discussions, all inside Florentis Learning. Have a fantastic day. Happy Halloween and happy Halloween teaching.